this mixture of, maybe it's like a 2-in-1 question. One is, when, you know, the dance standard, especially for the first bunch of years, is you're dancing almost every day. You're always going. If you're not, you're regressing. And it just feels different when you've been doing it for 15 plus years. But I suddenly feel like it's really hard for me to gauge if I'm doing enough for my dancing, because it used to be really clear. It's like you hit the studio every day and you take this class and that class and that class. But the long game, there's this like mind fuckery of, am I doing enough? Mm-hmm. And sometimes, and I mean it like outside of like, am I meeting my specific goal? It's kind of like after a while, it's like, what is my goal anymore? I don't know if you, does that question kind of make sense? Like, any recommendations around that? Am I doing enough? If you find yourself sitting around a lot, like, do I push myself to go out, or do I take time off? I don't feel like there's enough representation for the marathon of dance, you know, when you're going into your other years.
Yeah. I mean, I could put it in the context of me, like my own experience. And, you know, for anybody listening, like I am not now, nor have I ever billed myself as a professional dancer. I always joke that I did a stint of backup dancing for well, not backup dancing, but dancing for an entertainment company, you know, for like bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, weddings, anniversaries.
I've done it.
So like, so that's like my quote professional stint. You know, it was like one summer
you got a check
where I made awesome money. Yes. Coming from like that professional dance lens now, anyway. What I've noticed is the shift between what's expected of me versus what I want to get out of it. So when I was young, dancing, you know, in the studio, trying to reach a certain level of technique or skill, I was never really checking in with myself. I was proud of myself based off of someone else's judgment of how well I was doing, right? Mm-hmm. So, man, my teacher just commended me for getting that triple turn. Great, you did great today. But did I hurt myself while I was doing it? I don't care. And like, that's not the healthiest place to be, but I didn't, right? Like, I wasn't gauging, yes, I did this, and I was embodied, and I was mentally safe. I was just doing it. I was pushing myself to do things. I mean, nothing compared to, I think, what young dancers push themselves to do now. But it was based off of someone else's standard or guide of what was appropriate, necessary, aesthetically pleasing. And at some point, I would say, probably when I went to school as a to become a dance movement therapist, but certainly after that, when I realized that dance for me was not about the performance. It was about, for lack of a better term, a form of expression. Mm-hmm. It was how I got through really difficult times, stressful situations. It's literally what kept me moving through things. It allowed me to be more resilient in my body and my mind. And so when I continued to approach dance from that perspective, I didn't really care what other people thought. I just did it for me. And I still definitely have those moments, especially through COVID, where I'm like, ugh, I'm not doing enough. Yeah. But for me, it's more, what's suffering because I'm not dancing? And so it's like my creativity starts to wane, or I'm not motivated to do other things in my life because I haven't been in the dance studio for a while. And when I consistently have a dance schedule for me, everything else around me flourishes.